match between Serbi, who takes his bonus 5 points, Roa, Eger and Speedy. And this will be on Toxic to start us off with, Sin City, Kids in Love, Makes You Think and Cold Sweat. So we'll be doing one warm-up here and then getting ourselves underway for Ramble. While the top 3 advancing, so basically top 8 of this tournament advance to the top 3 from this tournament are auto-qualified for the Season 3. Now, of course, Carl Jr. and whoever gets third again, who was it? They are auto-qualified because they got top 3. So who was it? Sorry, it's Carl Jr. and Spam. Carl Jr., Spam and Pack are automatically qualified. So that's why there's some extra spots, basically. So there's 3 extra spots, whereas normally it'd just be top 2 in this match. So top 3, and then the remaining player will go a 1v1, so that whoever gets 4th in these 2 lower bracket matches will go in a 1v1 to decide who qualifies. So it's essentially 11 people qualify for Season 3 in Pro League, basically. So there is a fight for every position here in this match. So let's see how it gets started off. And we will watch Speedy in round number 1 of Toxic by Bastamon. Again, 120 points with finalist mode activated. And let's see if we can get any idea who will be the first to finalist. Roa and Serbi coming from the upper bracket. Speedy and Eger have already played a match in the lower bracket. We do see here it's looking as if the pack is split between the upper and lower bracket folks, with Speedy making the first kind of significant mistake here and does fall slightly behind of Eger, who is in third. But let's go up the track and focus on the battle between Roa and Serbi. Serbi looking to try and catch Roa a little bit here. He's 1600s behind. Now chopping the gap down little by little, but there's only a few turns remaining, so it's a question of what Serbi can do with the turns he has left. And it's not going to be enough here as long as Roa doesn't fail the finish, and he doesn't. Starts us off a 105.2 by Roa there. So showing that he certainly is not settling for being in the lower bracket and going out straight away. So Serbi starts us off with a 2nd place, so let's see what he can do in his 2nd round. Roa taking the early advantage though once again. Eger and Speedy once again dropping further behind, however. Serbi get a gear down there though, but it does mean he'll get a smoother landing going through there, and Speedy's made another mistake. Might have to settle for another last position here. And Eger clips the rooftop and goes over it at a bad angle, but Serbi gets a bit of airtime there, allowing Roa as much breathing space as he could ever want. Up in first place, and this might already eradicate Serbi's bonus points, and if nothing else, that certainly will. Will Eger or Speedy catch him? Eger's certainly right behind him and overtakes him going through the jump. But can Speedy get him as well? Looks as if he's slightly too far behind, but Serbi just makes it easier for him there. Rolls over and submits to the M&M duo and gifts them the 2nd and 3rd place. So Roa takes a comfortable 1st place. Eger and Speedy 2nd and 3rd, and Serbi doesn't finish at all. So despite using those 5 bonus points after 2 rounds, he is 9 points behind. So Serbi really needs to get his focus on here. This is not a good start for him. He would be last in points if it wasn't for that bonus 5. Let's watch Speedy here, see what he can do. M&M guys need to be getting themselves into this match now. We can't just be settling for the low positions here. Maybe getting the good times in. Ooh, Roa though makes a big mistake. And Roa is out of the battle for first. He is significantly further behind than the rest of the pack. So Serbi now up in first position. Eger, however, on the charge. Oh, Eger gets that much better than Serbi there. You kind of don't want to have any skid marks. Well, you want to have equal skid marks going over there. So as if you're doing a speed slide almost. so your car doesn't drift. And Eger shows us exactly how that's done, and Serbi shows us how to crash into the wall. So the M&M duo look to be taking the first and second position in this round. Eger with a strong performance here. And he gets himself a 105.8 to get 10 points. And 6 points for Speedy, 4 for Serbi, and Roa does eventually finish to grab 3. So that shakes up the standings a little bit. Speedy still at the back on 13. Serbi on 15, Eger on 20, and Roa on 23. So only a 10-point gap here due to Roa's most recent failing. And let's see if he'll be able to recover from it. We've seen quite good starts from Roa. Will we see it once again? Oh, really inside in the start there by Roa, really quite risking it. And he's up in the lead here. However, Serbi is hunting him down. However, Serbi does crash. See Serbi now down to 3rd position. He doesn't go down to 4th by virtue of Eger. So let's watch Speedy here, as he is half a second behind Roa at the moment. Not really close enough to be doing any sort of damage to Roa. So Roa can afford to fully safe. Speedy can as well, of course. He does have a healthy lead over 3rd place. And that will actually bring him level in points with Serbi. So, good news for Speedy. So Roa takes 1st place with a 105.3, a 106.0 and a 106.9 for Eger. And Serbi rounding off the field with 3 points. That actually means Serbi is overtaken by Speedy, and he is last in points despite having the 5 bonus. However, Roa perhaps getting his focus back now that he didn't have in the winner bracket 2nd round, and maybe now he's going to be getting his confidence going. And now we go on to Sin City by MD Point. So just to explain for you guys the bonus point structure, as I see there was a few questions. So the bonus points can only be used once and in one kind of installment, so to speak. So 15 points went to Carl, 10 points went to 2nd place and 3rd place, which I believe was Pack and Spam, and then 5 points went to 4th to 8th place. So Serbi and Roa within the 4th to 8th place. They both had the option to use it today, however they did not. Roa did not, and Serbi did. So the other players which have used their points, I believe Massa used these points in the winner bracket round 2. Carl Jr. has not used these points, and at least Pack didn't in his 1st match, unless he has in the 2nd match. I'm not sure. Og's been in, and GLHF's been written in the chat. You can use them in both brackets, but you cannot use them in the consolidation or the grand final. So this match and then the next match will be the last time that the last time that they will have the opportunity to use it. So here we go, round number 1 on Sin City. MD Point map, we've seen quite a few players having a lot of trouble on this. I believe Roa had a notable performance on this match, at least this map, sorry, in his 1st match. However, we've seen he had quite a lot of trouble with it in his match number 2 when going up against the likes of Massa and Tween. So let's see what he can do here against some opponents which he might feel more comfortable against. And we see Speedy 3rd in points, but at the back of the pack here at the moment. So Speedy falling a bit further behind now here, but Eger is up in 1st. Speedy will fall even further behind with that mistake, but we fast forward to his teammate here, who's looking good for the 1st position here. Eger certainly showing he has the pace to battle with the big boys, but as I say that, he does go a bit too wide there. Roa overtakes Serbi, trying to get in on the party as well, but he will not be successful unless he dives in for the last turn here, or unless Eger puts it on a plate for him. Roa takes 1st, Serbi 2nd, and Speedy manages to take 3rd as well. So again, Eger kind of carrying on the trend of throwing kind of late advantages he has in these rounds, allowing Roa to get a bigger gap on him of up to 16 points now. So Eger's still in the magic position of second, which will see him continuing further in the playoffs, but we are not seeing a good performance here from Serbi, it must be noted. So let's watch Serbi this time, see what he can do. He's almost trademark Ecuadorian car, or I believe that's the one he normally uses. But he does touch the inside of the pole there. The blackbird on the front not helping him fly any more into the lead, or whichever that is. Roa, however, is up in first place at the moment. Serbi is still in second. Eger does crash full into that pole. A very unfortunate mistake from Eger, which will result in no points being taken there from him, which will result in Serbi and Speedy actually overtaking. Well, Serbi overtaking and Speedy drawing level. So bad news for Eger, but good news for Roa here. Good news for the rest of the pack, and Roa will take the win with a decent time here as well. 104.6 being done by Roa. So only 0.3 there from the world record. So Roa certainly showing he does have the pace, but he needs to be getting his consistency together. He needs to get his head in order to be performing against more than just the lower bracket matches. Right, we do see Eger dropping down already. Not a good 2 rounds for Eger. Roa, however, joining him at the back. Crashed on the right hand side there. It's not the easiest of starts, must be said. Eger staying on the off-road part of that section. And we see Serbi and Speedy up in the top 2 positions, but the battle does not really seem to be as close as I'm sure Speedy would like, with Serbi with a very dominant lead here of 0.3 tenths of a second. Serbi here asserting his command on this round. Speedy getting slightly closer, but perhaps Serbi's in safe mode. He knows that he can't afford to just cruise himself around this track, with Speedy being the closest to him. Speedy went really close to the left hand side of that CP though. Serbi nearly failed to jump there, it must be said. And a 105.2, not the best of times, but again, I'm sure they'll be comfortable with it. It gets them the points they need. But Eger again does not finish. So from going from second with a decent few points in hand, he is now in last by 6 points. So that's from going for the magic position, he goes to the position of doom. 4th position is a position no one wants in this match. Again, top 2 will proceed further in the playoffs. Bottom 2 will be eliminated from the playoffs. However, 3rd position will have a guaranteed place in the upcoming Season 3 of TMProLeague. And we see Eger dropping down once again. Is Eger going into tilt mode? Perhaps players right there. Perhaps it is time to call for a tactical pause. However, let's focus on this battle up here at the top. Roa and Speedy going at it. Roa and Serbi, pardon me. Serbi does have the slight advantage going through this long left-hander here. And Roa goes a bit wider there trying to get speed, but maybe not the best section for it, as you need to kill all your speed going through that left-hander. Who has the best exit here? Serbi with a better line, Roa slightly more speed. Roa dives inside here though and brings himself level with Serbi going into the end. Who's going to get it? Roa goes for the inside line here. Serbi's going to be outside and he has to go for the safe finish, resulting in him cannonballing straight down to 3rd place. So if Serbi tried to go for the risky finish there, he would have crashed into the little ledge and denied all points from himself. So good decision there by Serbi with such short reaction timing available to him. But there we go. So we are on to Kids in Love by Wally. Little recap here. We do have 67 points for Roa here. We have 44 for Serbi, 39 for Speedy, and 27 for Eger. While I wait the players going through this and see how they do it. Eger tactical comeback incoming, who knows? So still in the straw poll. I'll give you guys a link to that again if anyone wants to revise their picks. Let us know who you think will take it. But Eger taking the tactical break to start off with on Kids in Love. Will it take effect now or will it take effect? No, so Eger taking a break, which is a good decision. Again, we were debating whether or not players would take breaks just simply during these rounds, or during these maps rather. And we see Eger taking the break at the start. So he had a bad map last time. So he's using the time he needs, the time he has from the tactical timeout to refocus, get himself back in the zone and take his time so that he can refocus for Kids in Love and make sure that he's going to be having the best performance possible. We get a vote coming in for Speedy, yay. Only 2 votes, for like 5 votes have not gone to Roa, which is very... it shows very much who the community thinks will take home this match. Not exactly a wrong decision here at the moment, but we can see here Roa's certainly showing why he should be winning. He's certainly recovered from the problems he had in the previous match. Let's see if we can get an idea of how the players were doing on this match previously, or this map previously rather. Right, so Cold Sweat. Speedy really didn't have a good time of it last time. He only finished one kind of semi-clean round by the looks of things, which was 1.3 seconds behind world record, so it doesn't look like it's Speedy's map. Let's check out Eger. Eger had kind of one okay round here, but again, both players failed one round and both players only had kind of one kind of okay-ish round. Roa and Serbi, well actually these players I just realised all played together in the first match that we streamed. So let's see how they all done last time. So last time in Kids in Love, Roa came out the dominant winner of that with 36 out of 40 points. Eger got 15, Serbi got 16 and Speedy got 22. So who knows what we'll see in the first round of Kids in Love, but here we go. So Roa taking the lead as per the results previously would suggest. And he is in the lead. However, let's check out what Eger's tactical timeout has done for him. It's at least got him 3rd place in front of Speedy, who seems to have made a slight error. And he is crawling slowly but surely in front of Serbi. But will he keep this lead? Roa! We've seen him making that mistake more than once now. Maybe he'll need to think about readjusting his line, and Eger was not able to adjust his line in time and takes about a metre of wall to the face and falls straight back down to last position. So definitely might need more than just one break. But Serbi here is in the lead, closely followed by Speedy though. Speedy's got good pace here going through the end, but gets a little bit of airtime, so he will not have the smoothest of endings, which results in Serbi taking home the 10 points. Speedy getting 2nd, Roa 3rd, and Eger 4th. So again, more bad news for Eger, and he is now 15 points behind Speedy, who is then consequently 9 points behind Serbi. So only a slight separation between 2nd and 3rd for the upper bracket, for the kind of survival points, so to speak, but Roa still with a good lead here at the moment. Let's watch Speedy, see what he can do here. Good starts here by Speedy and Roa. So Roa and Eger taking the charge through this middle section of the map, and Speedy falling all the way down to last. So clearly Speedy does not like this section of the track, does not get a smooth landing, and will catapult down to the bottom of the field. But Serbi will take a nosedive even further down that field, and Eger makes another mistake going through what is a relatively easy section. So Roa taking a relatively comfortable round here. Eger and Speedy victims of their own mistakes here, and as long as they finish they should get the point. Eger, another very Very easy mistake that Eger's making here. Not easy to avoid, but he's still making them nonetheless. Crashes straight into the left hand side there and does catapult off into the distance. So let's see what Eger can do here. We want to see if he can get himself back into the round. He really has kind of sunk to as if he was sinking to the bottom of a lake with a stone attached to his feet. He's not getting off the ground at all, and it just looks like he's drowning in this match. He needs to refocus here, but he's already used his tactical timeout. But he gets a fantastic turn there, and it shows Serbi and Speedy his rear lights and speeds off into the distance in pursuit of Roar for the first place, but not the best line here. Will limit his opportunity to catch up on Roar, but still going to give it a good attempt. But he crashes in the last corner, so you will get a very low amount of points from that there. And Roar will take first, Speedy getting second. Serbi, will he finish? No problem, he will. Eger once again not finishing. Eger cannot afford to do this anymore. He needs to return. He needs to turn this around next round, or he will find himself out of TMProLeague. He will find himself having to requalify, no doubt. Let's watch Serbi here though, who is in second place with only a 5-point gap over Speedy. Kids in Love is not really being good to either of these players, I must be honest. Speedy 0.1 behind this pack. But Serbi was far too wide there, has a big crash. Does a little 360 and gets himself round, no problem though. Let's watch Speedy as he hunts down from third place. But Speedy makes a mistake there going through the tight right-hander. So now it's simply down to Eger and Roa up at the top here. Eger again, another easy mistake here. Needs to get them out of his game, but let's watch Roa as he takes us through the ending. And again, another easy round for Roa, it must be said. Doesn't need to do the best times on this map, clearly. As long as his opponents are going to continue to make mistakes. And Roa will take that all day of the week. So we move on to potentially the final map for Roa here, as he is 39 points I believe ahead of Serbi, who is only 1 point ahead of Speedy. So definitely Roa again going through a dominant match here, as he did when he faced up against the same opponents last time, but of course perhaps not a reflection of how Roa would perform against maybe faster opponents. As we've seen, Roa certainly had some trouble when he went up against the other players in the upper bracket match of the second one, the one we just done there, of course, between Tween, Massa and Derek B. So let's see how they all done on Kids in Love last time. Oh, sorry, it makes you think. So this does not spell good for Eger. Eger came out of this with 8 points in 4 rounds last time these 4 went at it. Actually, Speedy got the most points with 28. Serbi got 21 and Roa got 25. So really not exceptional performances from these players on this map, but we'll see what they can do. Roa again looking for finalist mode on this map as he did previously. He did get it in the final round. But let's watch Speedy in his pursuit of Serbi. Opts for a wider line going through the start, in contrast to Serbi and Roa, who take the advantage already, so perhaps showing that line is slightly faster. And Eger tucking himself behind Speedy nice and comfortably. Serbi dropping back away from Roa here though. Roa did do very well in this map against Massa at the very least, but Serbi not looking so good here, drops back. Speedy opting for an outside line here, wanting to take as much speed through this section as he can, but it's not going to be enough to catch up on Eger at least straight away. Serbi though comes straight back from 4th to 2nd, and this battle is now heating up. Who's going to take the 2nd place in this? It doesn't look like it's going to be anyone but Serbi. He's got a good ending here, but he's got a shallow angle and he crashes into the left hand side of the wall and ruins his attempt for 1st place. Roa takes 1st. I believe that was Speedy 2nd, Eger 3rd, but Serbi fails the end and has to settle for 0 points. So that means Speedy takes a 5-point advantage. But Eger is still 22 points behind Serbi. So Serbi's certainly got some breathing room if qualifying for Season 3 is his only objective. Oh, Serbi though crashing on the inside. So not going well for Serbi so far. Potentially only 3 points from 2 rounds, which is just not acceptable. Roa once again in the lead of this, so we'll focus on Eger as he attempts to get more points in his battle with his compatriot, his teammate Speedy, his brother in arms. But the wall has betrayed Eger, and now Eger betrays Eger and has to retire. So Eger's distance to 3rd place is going to widen considerably here. And Roa looks as if he's just about to put himself onto finalist mode. Let's watch how he does the end. Gets himself in, no problem, for 104.0. And takes himself up to the magic 120 points. Speedy asking for a break. So, good job. Well, good decision there by Speedy, as first of all that halts any momentum from Roa, and that gives him the opportunity to refocus here going forward as well. So good decision there by Speedy. He does have a 7-point advantage there, but he states he's actually taking this break for the benefit of his teammates. So good team play there from Speedy. Of course, it is every man for themselves in a tournament like this, but it's good to see at least some compassion for your fellow player. So yeah, exactly as you said there. I mean, Roa's had an incredible performance so far in this match, but again, it's taken with a bit of a pinch of salt, as he did have an incredible performance against these players previously as well. We saw in Cold Sweat, Roa got 30 points out of 40 in his last match, then 29 out of 40 in the next map, and then 36 out of 40 in his next map. So he was on finalist by essentially exactly the same point. And he'd won it within 15 rounds, that was, or sorry, that was map number 5, so he'd won it by his 17th round to draw, so might be a bit of a PB for him, I guess. But yeah, a better performance from him here. It's strange he's not actually got 2nd at all in this. He's not got 2nd at all. That was something for me coming up there. He's not got finalist mode. Sorry, he's not got 2nd at all in any of these rounds. He's got 1st, 3rd, or last. So for Roa in this, I mean, this next round could already be his last, which would be one of the fastest maps we've seen in the playoffs certainly. So GLHF's been written, and we will go live into our next round on Makes You Think, which I believe is round number 3 here. Yep, here we go. And we'll spectate Roa on his first finalist attempt here. Roa in the lead already. However, Serbi overtaking, going through the right-hander. First little kind of slalom section here. Serbi overtakes though. It's a bit of a lead here, but certainly nothing that Roa cannot fight back against, especially on a map like this. We've seen Serbi making quite a few mistakes. Ooh, I went really close to the pole there, trying to take as much exit speed as he can, and it pays off. He overtakes Serbi. Where is Serbi going? Serbi is dropping further back. He's the only person here able to fight Roa, and he falls further back. Is it going to be Roa's round? Where is he? All he needs to do is get through this finish, no problem. Takes a deep line through it. Oh, gets really close to the inside there. But GG's for Roa. Again, a dominant performance against these three opponents by Roa, and does secure his lower bracket. I believe it's a lower bracket final next. Let me just double check. Does secure, yep, his lower bracket final spot. So definitely fantastic job there by Roa. But now the match really begins. Speedy, Serbi and Eger are left in the fight for second place to proceed further in Season 2 playoffs. If they get any lower, then they are out. And speaking of down and out, Eger, despite being down and out in the points, is in the lead in the round. Speedy dropping back though. This is not good for him in a battle against Serbi, especially Serbi's edging closer and closer to Eger here. Eger, especially with the little bit of airtime, they will not be good for him. Eger is going for first on nothing at all by the looks of things though. Let's see what he can do the remainder of the round. Let's focus on Eger here. He drops back going over that left-hander, but he gets a much better section there than Serbi. Serbi made a mistake. Serbi's dropped back by about 0.2 of a second, and he doesn't get the best drift going through there either. So Eger gets himself the win for 104.5 and brings himself up to 50 points. So the comeback is on for Eger. Perhaps that second time out did do him the world of good there. But now we move on to the next map. The next map will be, Cold Sweat by Santana. We saw absolute hilarity from Speedy and the other lower bracket match yesterday. Hopefully we'll be seeing some good performances there for the players. That was a complete error, player. I saw that being written by me in the chat and I was like, why did I write that? I don't even remember writing that, but yeah. 467. We'll pretend it means something. So we've seen the best performances, I would say, by Serbi on this map. Speedy done pretty well on it as well, but that was mostly capitalising on other people's mistakes. We've seen Serbi through that specific section making a horrendous amount of mistakes though. Yeah, exactly, Silver. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see if the players manage to get it sorted this time. GLHFs. And here we go in round number 1 on Cold Sweat by Santana. So will Eger's comeback continue on Cold Sweat? Oh, Speedy got the gear down there. Let's see if he can recover any from it. And he doesn't, so he touches going through that kind of tight section at the start after the jump. Serbi and Eger in the lead, but as we said, we've seen Serbi making a lot of mistakes through here. Count that as another. Serbi does not get the right slide and slides straight into the pole. Eger, another very good 10 points he's looking for here. But he makes another mistake. Eger perhaps did not have HUD on, or did not have the call to say that he could save. He could have taken that turn a lot easier on himself. But Speedy now going for the easy 10 points. Where's Serbi? Serbi's very far behind here. Go back up to Speedy and watch him do the end. And Speedy takes it. So 10 points to Speedy, 6 points to Eger. Serbi does eventually finish and net himself 4. So Serbi falling further behind Speedy here at the moment by 9 points. But Eger 26 points behind. What can he do? So Serbi here looking to get his comeback sorted against Speedy. And he does at least have it sorted in this round here. But here's coming up to Serbi's problem part. Eger in the lead still. Serbi this time goes inside pole, possibly the better decision for him. Speedy has to cope with a no drift there, but Eger overtakes with much more speed than Serbi. Let's check out Serbi here as he tries to net himself the maximum amount of points here. Eger, all I need to do is get through this end here. We have seen him having trouble with ends though. Especially now Serbi's putting the pressure on. Eger cannot afford to safe it. Serbi right on his rear spoiler. Will he get it? He will by 200ths of a second. So good race and good job there by Eger. So there we go. 95 points now for Speedy, but he now only has a 7-point gap. So it's getting smaller and smaller. So let's see what Speedy can do to rectify that. Had some problems at the start. Speedy gears down once again and loses time. Gets himself through this section, no problem though. See if he will once again capitalise on his opponent's mistakes. So Serbi still in the lead here though, and he's in the worst position possible as Serbi is in first, but Eger, as if you could almost rely on him to make a mistake at this point, unfortunately, does crash into the pole, which results in a 1-2 for Serbi. And Speedy, but Serbi just went straight into the wall there. And Eger crashes once again. It's a calamity once again on Cold Sweat. Speedy does at least finish. Eger does the safe finish. Well, Serbi finish, he will. So 10 points for Speedy. 6 for Eger, 4 for Serbi. So instead, Speedy actually extends his lead here. He's up to 105 points here. So he can get himself within one round of finalist if he gets first or second in this round. He wants to limit any damage Serbi can do here, but let's see what damage Serbi can do in this map. Oh, Serbi makes a mistake though. It's a mistake fest between all three of these players. Let's see what Eger can do here. Of course, he's shown that he has the pace needed on this map. He has shown that, but just too many crashes from the Hungarian man. He is still in the lead here though. There's Speedy. Speedy's hunting him down here. Doesn't get a lot of exit speed there, does Speedy. Eger's still in the lead here though, but now this time he has a bit more breathing space. He can take it easier if he needs to. And looks like he will get it, no problem. Eger secures first place and Speedy has to settle for second. Serbi, however, does not finish at all. So now Speedy is 19 points ahead of Serbi. A reminder again, Serbi did use 5 bonus points here. And still, even Eger is catching up to him now. Eger, despite being so far behind. But now we go on to Toxic by Bastamon. Will this be the final map for Eger and Serbi in this tournament? Will they be eliminated? Let's check how they done last time. So last time Eger had a good performance here, got 30 points. Serbi got 24 points and Speedy got 19. So Eger definitely the one to watch on this. Both players stunt finishes going through the middle there. Here we go. Round number 1 on Toxic. What can Serbi and Eger do? They've got quite a mountain to climb to catch up on Speedy here. If Speedy wins this round, he will be on finalist mode. That does not mean the match is over, but it certainly means it's one step closer to being finished. Eger falling back already. Speedy and Serbi extending a little gap here, but Speedy gets a gear down, I think that was there, or a slow down, giving Eger the chance. Will he be able to take that chance though? Speedy's catching up. 2/10 behind now is the man from Austria. Between him and Serbi, keeping it at that gap by the looks of things. Him and Eger are side by side. Brothers in arms, one might say, but one of them will need to sacrifice the other. One of them's going home from this match, from this tournament rather. Serbi looking strong in the lead here. We've seen mistakes from him though, so we might still see a few upsets here. Eger going for it, but it doesn't look like he'll get it. Speedy also gets third place, so 10 points for Serbi, 6 for Eger and 4 for Speedy. So decent round there by all players involved. I'm sure they'll be happy, at least with the times they got, if not the positions. But now Speedy, 115 points. He needs to get second or higher now. Serbi's closing in. He needs to be careful here. And Eger is not too far away either. Especially if they see Eger continuing the sort of form he had in the last match he played on this map. Of course, the last match between all these players, I mean. At the moment he is in last position. Speedy is in the magic position of second. Serbi still in the lead here though. I think he got a bit of airtime due to his trajectory on that turn. But Serbi goes for a more inside drift here. He doesn't get as much exit speed, allowing Speedy and Eger to catch up. It's going to be a close ending for this here. Serbi loses speed going over that section, goes from first to last. Speedy now in first. What can Serbi do to catch up? He can jinx Eger, which he looks to have done, and he'll have a better exit on than Speedy here. Speedy maybe going a bit more inside, but he'll not get it. He will at least get the second place he needs though. Good round and a great recovery there from Serbi. Flew through the pack there at the end. Eger up to 92 points, Serbi on 112. However, Speedy is on his first finalist attempt. Will he be able to secure his participation in the further stages of the Season 2 playoffs? Or will this be it? Let's see. Serbi needs to win this round, or he needs to count on Eger denying Speedy here. Where is Eger? Eger is joint with Speedy pretty much at the moment, and Serbi's dropping back. Oh, Eger fails though. So Serbi, if he wins this round, he brings himself on finalist. If he loses it, then Speedy eliminates Serbi from the tournament. Everything to fight for here. Not the best turn there by Serbi. Won't get a good exit. We've seen him at this point before though. He has recovered. He's getting closer over the jump there. Only a 10th between the two players coming up to the end. Speedy not off the best exit. Now Serbi's getting closer. 600s between them. This is for the Trackmania 2 playoffs ending. And Speedy manages to keep himself in the tournament and keep second place. He gets it on his first finalist attempt. Keeps the win. And does eliminate Serbi and Eger from the tournament. So, Speedy and Roar proceed further. Serbi guaranteed participation in Season 3, however he is eliminated from the tournament, and Eger will have to proceed into a 1v1 with whoever gets 4th in the next match to see who will again participate further in the tournament.